to Invictus Porsche. Today we have with us a special car, and it's none else than a Porsche 991 GT3 in Guards Red. We've previously spoken about the history of Guards Red, so it's instantly recognizable and it's got plenty of history as far as Porsches are concerned. So the GT3 in a nutshell were introduced in 1996, and the history goes further in terms of the GT products, because you had the 911 RS in 1973. But this generation of GT3s were essentially introduced in 996 to enter cars into the GT3 Cup category. Since then, there's been a number of iterations: 996, 997 and 991, which is what this vehicle is. Honestly, this car is something special. You know, it's a very dynamic car as well. 7th gear, 45 mile an hour, press the PDK sport button and drops to 3rd gear, and you can hear it sing. I'm coming into a corner, it's quite a sharp corner. That's where the PCCBs come into their own. You know, I can brake without breaking the neck of my cameraman here. Oh, this engine, so good. That rear wheel steering, honestly, it makes huge difference because you can do corners in absolutely ridiculous speed. So I'll take it back off the sport mode and we're back to civilized driving, which I'm sure all these residents will be very happy to hear. A GT3 is instantly recognizable, and it's helped by things like the rear wing. It's massive, but it's beautiful. It comes stock from factory, so it never looks out of place, and it's backed by the performance, which we'll talk about later. So some of the other styling includes obviously the 991 lights. You've got a completely redesigned rear bumper. You've got a couple of ducts here as well, which help with the cooling of the brakes in the engine. You've got this diffuser at the bottom, which is actually a plastic part. And the beauty of it is if it gets damaged, i.e. on track days or on the road, you can replace them. They're not particularly expensive. You have the center exhaust, and that's, as far as Porsches are concerned, exclusive to the GT product. So you'll only see exhaust at the center on a GT3 or GT3 RS. The car sits on 20-inch GT3 wheels. They're center lock wheels, and the wheels are the favorite part of this vehicle for myself. They're wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, so in terms of performance, super performance. In terms of braking, the car is spec'd with PCCBs, which is the Porsche carbon ceramic brakes, and they're a must-have because in the wet they're absolutely phenomenal. They don't need to be warmed up, and they obviously last a very long time. So in terms of maintenance, they're low on maintenance as well. The headlights are the Porsche Dynamic headlights with black surrounds, which helps with the styling because you've got the badging, the wheel in black, so it's that black and red combination. You also get the daytime running lights, and then at the front you get this whole redesigned front bumper. You've got the 3 radiators, and you've got the grills protecting them. The GT3 and the GT3 RSs are the only cars in the Porsche lineup that come from factory with these grills, and I think all Porsches should come with these protective grills, and they also help with the styling as well. You've got the front splitter at the front as well, and that's actually a consumable part, so if you do get it scraped, etc., you can get it for a few £100 from Porsche replaced. The vehicle also has the front lift system, which is an absolute must-have because it does help coming into steep driveways, humps, etc. So essentially makes the car more usable. The other exterior features of this car is that the front is covered in PPF, including the rear wing. You got the grey tint on the windscreen. You got these sports design exterior mirrors. The vehicle also has rear steering, which makes the turning of this car absolutely phenomenal. You get the PADM, which are the dynamic engine mounts, and you get the PASM as well. In terms of the performance figures for the GT3, it has 470 brake horsepower, 440 Newton meters of torque, so plenty of pulling power. It accelerates 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, weighs just over 1400 kilograms, so not much more than me, and it has a fuel efficiency of something between 23 to 32 miles per gallon, depending on how heavy your foot is. So onto the engine bay. You don't get to see much. It's all underneath, just above the rear wheel. You get this beautiful carbon cover, and you get the two fans as well as the two filling caps for the engine oil and the coolant. For the interior, you get these 18-way adjustable Sport Plus seats. Notable features of the interior, you get this stitching in Guards Red. You got the mix of leather and Alcantara. Alcantara is pretty much everywhere, including the dashboard. The upper part of the dashboard is covered in leather, again in Guards Red stitching. The steering wheel is covered in Alcantara with Guards Red stitching. You've got the chrome paddle shifts, which gives it that high quality finish. Gear lever. Just below it, you've got the GT3 badging, and you've got the lines as well, which are only for GT3 or GT3 RS products. You've got the switchable sports exhaust. The car also comes with Sports Chrono Plus, which is why you get the PDK Sport option, the tightening of the dampers as well. The seats are heated. In terms of entertainment, you got the sat-nav with the European package. You got Bluetooth connectivity, which will allow you to make phone calls as well as play music from your phone. And you also get the DAB radio. It also has the aluminium package, which is the door cards and the brushed aluminium that you see for the cup holders, the center console here. The seat belts are finished in Guards Red, which complement the exterior color of the car. You've also got in red stitching or Guard Red stitching, the GT3 badge on the seats and at the back and the center console as well. Of this car. So it's got a full Porsche service history. It had a service in June, a major one, costing £1,220. It's also got 1 year of Porsche warranty left, which runs until July 2022. That can be extended. At the same time, in June, it had a health check with no advisories. And also another thing to note with this engine is that it has a 10-year warranty from Porsche. The service history is all from Porsche, so it's been seen by them, inspected by them in order to, for several reasons. One of them being in order to validate warranty, etc. The car has had 6 owners from brand new. The last owner has had it since July 2020. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe.